Hi, welcome to North State Law. My name is Nick Dogle. I'm the owner and founder. Today I want to talk about dishonesty in regards to filling out an application for a professional license and or being dishonest on a renewal application. So both of these are terrible ideas. You do not want to be dishonest on there. You want to be 100% forthright. I always say err on the side of caution. If you're not 100% sure if you should answer yes or no on disclosing something to a licensing entity. Typically, people have questions about, hey, it's not clear whether I should disclose this part of criminal record or this part or that. If you're not sure, then you could do a couple of things. You can anonymously reach out to the board, or you could err on the side of caution and click like, yes, I have X, Y, or Z, and answer affirmatively to that. And then that way, they're not going to be able to look back on it and go, well, you weren't 100% honest with this. We meant this. So again, you want to err on the side of caution there, and it could be become an issue where they institute an investigation against you when you go down that route. And then maybe at the end of the day, they look at the investigation and they say, well, we didn't really mean it that way, but thank you for being upfront with us. So you don't want the flip side where you guess and you say, oh, there's no way that they meant that my conviction, 5 years ago, I should disclose that. And then you click no, and then they do a background check, which is typically going to be par for the course for a lot of licensing entities, and say, oh, well, what about this, possession of stolen goods that you had in, 5 years ago that you were convicted for back then? Why didn't you disclose that on your licensing application? Or, hey, you have a renewal application coming up and you got a DUI or something, or DWI or something like that. You're able to get it resolved. It takes, maybe you had Miracle Max as your attorney and you get everything resolved within 9 months or 6 months or something like that. And you go to renew it, and on the renewal application, it'll say, have you ever been arrested or convicted within the last 12 months? And you click no on that, knowing full well you were arrested for the DWI and you pled guilty in some capacity or did some sort of plea with it and got it disposed. And you click no. Well, you've obviously lied on the renewal application. That's going to be a problem with the board. And they really, I don't care what board or state agency, they have a real problem with dishonesty in the professions, which I completely understand. So you want to be very careful when you're doing the initial application for licensure with a state agency or licensing board. You want to make sure that you're truthful, err on the side of caution. When you're redoing your renewal application, we're all professionals, we all get busy. When you're doing something important, especially like that, you need to slow down and you need to read it very carefully. Because saying, oh, I'm sorry, I rushed and clicked no when I should have clicked yes, they're not going to really, they might not believe you, and two, it doesn't really speak well to you to say, hey, I made a mistake on this very important document that had to do with my livelihood, and they are going to look upon that very unfavorably as well. So you want to be very careful. Obviously, you never, ever want to intentionally be dishonest. You don't want to unintentionally be dishonest, like I said a minute ago, and say, oops, I rushed, so you got to just be very careful when you fill out these applications and renewal applications, because you're talking about your livelihood. And when you're dealing with something like a licensing entity, they're really going to scrutinize statements made by you on their forms. You want to err on the side of caution. I can't belabor that point enough. And you want to make sure that you answer accurately. So again, slow down when you're doing those forms so you can do it correctly. So if you got any questions, please check out my blogs. It's at northstatelawfirm.com. You can also check out my YouTube channel, which you're obviously familiar with if you're watching this. And then also, if you got any questions after looking at all that stuff, you can give my office a call, 919-521-8810, and speak with a member of my staff via a free 15-minute discovery call. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Bye-bye.